Good day. This is Regina's Rabbit Hole. I'm on a walk. These are just little spaces tucked in between the regular landscape. You know, this is a walkway through a park. Good trail. Good day. So I was walking through here and I was thinking how parks are like sacred space. And even more so now, especially if you live in a city, how the trees cut down, noise pollution. They cut down the noise of life, the everyday fast pace. It's a retreat for things that are just being, like birds and squirrels and possums and stuff. They cut down on the hardness of life. Like your partner, like your friends. We're talking about Kundalini energy again today, even though it's very green here. You know, I'm loving this. Green is for the heart chakra. Now I'm going to end up putting them two together because whatever is sacred, we should love. What's things that I feel like are sacred besides these spaces where we can just chill, especially with all the Wi-Fi and the cars and the eyes and the eyes you don't want, or the movement you don't want. Here, there's little spaces to slow down, but we don't use them like we should. You know, we want somebody else to tell us where the designated spot to go look is. You know? Good day, family. Checking out sacred space and loving what the Creator made. So this is just a little wooded area at one of the parks. So it's a bike trail that it leads into. And it's really pretty and the birds sound lovely this morning. So sacred, sacred. What the Creator made is sacred. Look at those 5 patterns. Those patterns, you know how hard we have to work to create that pattern? Wow. How delicate it is. Look at that. You know? My children are sacred, my friends, people that I care for, people that I want to see develop, like seeds in my mind, you know? Those are sacred. The things you invest time in, the things I invest my time in are sacred. I'd like to think most of it. I mean, even when I play around and stuff, it's building relations or developing a skill, honing in on my people skills and stuff like that. So when I interact, people help you do that. That's sacred. So our interaction means a lot more than we've been making of it. Wow. And to make this space, check it out. You got a variety of different plant life here. And it's a small homostasis. Can you imagine what the world was like before we just started sucking the life out of it without consideration? And so I'm doing a metaphor here, thinking about us as people, thinking about how we just don't realize the true value of our interactions, and that we need the vastness and the variety of each other. Look at that. Can you get that look with just one thing? It's all green and we're all people, right? Some of these are male plants, some of these are female plants. It's all making up this vast canopy, an array of beauty. We're carbon beings, and all this stuff is carbon, and it's sacred. But it depends on perception. You can walk through here and throw a bottle or a can and stomp out your cigarette butt, right? And keep it moving and leave your trash. I've seen people leave trash in here for whatever reason. And so sometimes we put trash in our minds and in our hearts. And then our canopy, our homostasis, our environment to grow and to look beautiful and jazzy and to build with one another is snatched away and taken. Like children, we don't know how to appreciate certain things, and so we don't get the greater value out of them. This is not microwavable. This took so much time to create. The essence of this landscape is telling us that the Creator if you so will it, if we are copies of what is already here. Carbon copy, carbon. We are carbon beings, 6 ether, right? Atoms and protons. We're just an array of a chemical makeup of frequencies and signals. So we popped out of the ether in a particular way with a certain kind of consciousness and grew out of the womb, out of the darkness in a particular way. We're a certain seed. So you're a boy, you're a girl, you're Asian, you're black, you're white, you're Hispanic, you're Indian. It really doesn't matter. When we went through that space-time continuum and we hit the womb, when we were flying through the sky, we were a light code frequency just floating. And because of the twinkle, the desire, and your father's eye, and the eye of the beholder of your mother, planted a seed. And whatever desire you had before, or whatever desire you're made up of, in the same way that a daffodil or a rose is a rose, who knows, right? That is its makeup and how it ended up here, that particular makeup of genetics, right? That's a beautiful tree. You can take snippets and clips and see the landscape speak to you in the same way that you can take a person out of a room full of people and allow a deeper relationship to develop. And it's all intimate. It's Kundalini energy. Kundalini energy is an immersion, a mixing of two shareable waves. Regardless of what kind of frequency it is. If it's anger, and you're sharing that anger, you're sharing that jealousy, We're sharing frequencies. We have a choice of what kind of frequencies we choose to share with one another. That's the part I like about this. This is my shareable wave. This is my interaction. And so we're all light code beings, just like this landscape, reaching for the light, reaching for the sky, reaching for that nurturement, the love, the understanding, the higher purpose. You could very well put a garden over there and it would grow because there's soil under there. The only thing missing are those particular seeds. What? Carrots, onions, whatever. It just hasn't been nurtured here. I'm here. There's birds here. There's different things here. And it's all sacred. And it all makes up this beautiful idea of life. And so while I was on my walk, thinking about Kundalini energy, thinking about us, on the way to the gym, I just thought, I want to make sure that I spend the time to talk to you. Okay. So, who wants to waste a walk? I like to do those virtual walks. Unfortunately, my camera equipment was stolen about a year ago. So, it's a lot to try to recoup. So, I just deal with my cell phone right now. And my other phone was also stolen. So, we'll just deal with what we have. So, I wanted it to be perfect. But yeah, isn't this pretty? That's where we just came from. You see the birdie over there? On the ground? Yeah, so I want to get into the Kundalini energy and the way that we interact with each other a little more. I like to imagine in that space your sacral chakra, it's your tummy, your navel, like right under your navel, you know. And the color is yellow, not green. Green is the heart chakra. But talking about what is sacred, for me, I'm talking about what I love. I'm going to let you see the landscape more. I love to walk through here. I love to people watch. I love to see the way we interact with one another, the things that we do. Sometimes I don't love our behavior. Do you see that? That's what I mean. I'm going to be weird right now. No, it's too nasty. I would have, if I had a bag, picked it up and threw it away, but it's at the wrong time. Occasionally I do that. You know, like giving somebody change that needs to catch a bus. You know, just do a little tiny piece. You don't have to be Rockefeller. And I don't have to have a whole crew, but I can pick up a can or a bottle or two. You know? I don't have to whoop-de-woo about it. Just do it. And in a way, I feel like the landscape knows. Like, we used to talk to the earth. And there's been so much usurping going on. We used to talk to each other more. There was a deeper meaning behind our getting together and communicating. It's really sad, the waste of energy. Some of the stuff, I don't know. I'm guilty of it too. Just thinking about how do we reevaluate how we look at one another and spend time so that that essence is not lost. In the same way that, you know, you could get with this or you could get with that. I could pay attention to the stuff that's back there, you know, what's beyond the landscape, all the concrete. Or I could value and appreciate and admire the fact that this greenery is still here, this consciousness is still here that I can enjoy. So beautiful enough for them to leave it alone this long in this age of industrial age, that I can still see the ducks and enjoy this greenery, this foliage in the landscape. So I'm grateful for that. And at the same time, I see the increasing nonsense that's going on, so that you don't have to spend money with shoveling and stuff like that. I'm sure that puts some people out of jobs, come to think of it. You know, this guy, initially this made jobs, this metal structure, this parking lot. But in the long run, it's taken jobs. Because those people, the plowers and stuff, you know, that haggle for jobs and stuff, they won't have this parking lot to worry about anymore, indefinitely. I suppose there'll be other things like taking care of the electronics and stuff, like the lighting system and all that, cameras and stuff. And there you go with the Wi-Fi. It's easier to keep track of people if you have these situations here. Wi-Fi everywhere. Teaching AI and these monitoring systems, it's just like pulling people away from interaction and putting them only through here, interacting here and this way. And then the devalue, you know, you're only looking for the flaws. Like police, when they meet people, it's mostly in crisis situation. So imagine being set into that frame of mind day after and day in and day out. Some bull. Every time you're called, there's some bull. People don't appreciate you, and where you do get appreciation, that's all geared to, you know, to feed your ego and stuff. You can go out there and do what you got to do. That world is not a reality. It's lopsided. In the same way that the male and female principle is lopsided. In the same way that industrialism and Earth's canopy is lopsided. The female principle, that part that nurtures us, the soothe, the balm. You know, with wisdom, with appreciation, with value, things become sacred. And we honor them and according to our perceptions. So if I was programmed to think that this isn't sacred because of its demographics, this isn't sacred because, you know, there's other aspects to it that it's contending with, then I'm missing the whole point. It's even more sacred. You ever heard something so alive? Hanging on. Appreciating itself, loving itself, what's left of it. I see people that fit the same definition. Like the 60-year-old with red lipstick on, high heels and spandex, and a blonde wig at the disco. Hanging on. Hanging on to her sacred space when she was allowed to roam and be free. Or they programmed her. What was that? Young, wild, and free? And there's nothing else there because we didn't cultivate any other space. What, bingo? I don't know. Church. Mass. School. Where else? How about some drums up in this piece and some flutes? There's plenty of people that play instruments. Just to be. Just to be. Just to share with one another. Have other things to do. Just to read books about how, they had these cafes and philosophers would talk and you'd have to, why go all the way to Paris? Shoot, you read a book. Go outside. Go to the park. Talk about that stuff right now. What are we talking about with one another? And just our everyday stuff, you know what I'm saying? What is sacred? Like snatch it back. Take back the rainbow. Build our own program. Reevaluate the way that we interact with one another. Steal back our Kundalini energy. That's a big job. No one man can do that by themselves, And the same way that this canopy is here. Lovely. Those are the kind of birds that built a nest in my backyard. So pretty. And they cut down so many trees that the birds, this spring when they had babies and stuff, they're like all over the place in regular bushes that I wouldn't normally see them in. Looking for places to live. It's like when I see people in the city and they're looking for places to be. To be what? To be doing what? To be doing what how? We don't need money for everything. Not every gathering should deal with the stuff that we're programmed into. Just revamping. Stealing back what was being sucked out of our culture. Ooh. Oh, black butterfly. That was lovely. There's a white one. Ooh. Oh. What was going on over there? That was fun. Very pretty. We need more of this. Do you know that there's ways that we can build where it's more therapeutic and it just feels better? I danced over here before and the ducks love it over here. As you can see, yeah, the ducks love it. And it's nice and clean. Oh, that's wonderful. I am grateful for those people who clean up parking, what do you call them? The people who clean up the parks and stuff in the streets. Thank you so much. Wow, that looks lovely. Only one bottle. Looks like it's going to be a great day. I'm going to go over the bridge. Anywho. I didn't have a speech or anything. I just wanted to share that, and utilizing two birds with one paddle as we play ping pong with these ideas and stuff. Yeah, bounce things off of one another and turn them. Yeah, the turning, the flipping, the turning things around. And the way that, just throwing ideas out there. This alone, this is just adding to it, So, take care of your sacred energy, your third chakra. Color is yellow. We're talking about Kundalini energy, what you love, the way we interact. That society is made up of Kundalini energy, and what I'm doing is giving you examples of what that looks like that perhaps you may not have thought of before. This is all sacred energies. This is all sexual energy. This is all the energy of creation. This is all building energy. The ideals alone that come out of different ways for us to interact with one another is lucrative. Alone. It's all conception. Like I said, you can get together for things that are counterproductive, or get together for things that are productive and create life. Give our children something to look forward to. Be an example. Walk away from jealousy and hate, separation, and actually do something. Do something different. I would love to see some drums and flutes in this place. Just people that more reading books. I occasionally saw some young people. But anyway. Yeah, so I'm just talking now. This is Regina's Rabbit Hole. I'm on my walk, going to the gym. I'm just talking about the sacred energy and us, how we share space with one another. Oh, this is really cool. Oh, it left. Oh, no, it didn't. Giant crow. I'm gonna wait right here until it comes down from there. It was so pretty. It's on top of that pole. The wingspan was phenomenal. Do you see how big it is? Come on, sweetie, fly for me, please. Wow. Alright, so when the crow flies, I'm gonna be out. The suspense is invigorating. It's not killing me. You can leave anytime you want, but I'm gonna wait right here. Are you actually getting comfortable up there? Seriously? You're looking at me, looking at you, aren't you? Maybe if I walk away. Oh, yeah. One of the things I like to do is play with the birds because they be playing with me. Yeah, we play. Now you got me looking all silly. Thank you. Come on now. Show us your wings. I'll show you my teeth. Is there more than one up there? Wow. You're starting to bore me. But he was so loud and big and beautiful when I came across the bridge. See? This is like people. You expect things out of them. And you get nothing. How important is this to me? Do I really want it? Is it really that special? Maybe I could trick it. See, that's what we do. Did you see what I did there? I want to trick it. It's not doing what I want it to do. It's messing with my whole feng shui thing here. You see that? Oh. Yeah, there is more than one up there. Yay! All right. Ooh, ooh. Go, Gina. Go, Birdie. I love you. Yeah, baby. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What in the world? Alrighty, so this is Regina's rabbit hole. And the bird done flew. So, hope your day goes well too. Much love to you and yours. I'm out.